I'm having fun in Sarasota with the sun and the sand and the sea.
Though the exterior of the Lido Casino was overwhelmingly modern, other styles of the many areas to socialize varied. The Castaways Bar was one of the most popular spots in the complex. It was decorated to resemble a sailing ship wrecked on a tropical island. Pieces of the ship, its cargo, and native materials were displayed to give the appearance of a surviving nobleman's quarters. The Sunset Room, the main dining area, was said to be stunning and startling in its brilliance and color harmony. It was accentuated with white bamboo, white satin wall draperies, wrought iron chairs covered with cherry red fabric and thick carpet throughout. On the Gulf side, sliding windows disappeared into the wall, leaving an unobstructed view of the matchless Gulf sunsets and pounding waters of the Gulf. There were carpeted areas at each end of the ballroom. At one end, the Coquina Grill served liquor and light meals during dances. At the other end, the Casa Marina Lounge was used for relaxation or private luncheons. Count Nicholas, a true showman and ringmaster for the Ringling Brothers Circus, greeted guests graciously as the maitre d'. All the latest equipment for the kitchen was purchased, and chefs were hired who specialized in French, Italian, and Chinese cuisine. The Bather's Grill was a casual eatery near the south end of the pool. It offered fast food in a gay and fiesta-colored atmosphere where one may dine in informality. A sound system was installed in all of the rooms with speakers on the 4 towers so that programs and announcements could be carried throughout the complex. This was especially useful for the many swim meets, beauty pageants, volleyball, and gymnast performances that were mainstays over the years. This recreational oasis was a haven for tourists and residents for 29 years. It was a romantic symbol of a lifestyle that was ideal for Sarasota. Most people remember their good times there by a photo showing one of the massive seahorses as their posing prop. Starlets and models also took advantage of the ever-present treasured icon of the casino. By the late 1960s, the casino was not keeping pace with the plush atmosphere which was beginning to penetrate Lido Key. The maintenance costs, loss of expensive shoreline, and lack of profitable revenues grew into a management and public relations headache. Though many proposals were offered to restore it to its splendor, eventually in 1969 it was razed to make way for a new, more modern pavilion. The original pool survived and has been restored. The current Lido Pavilion has again become a haven for visitors and residents of Sarasota. The charm of this beautiful beach will live on, as do the fond memories of a dream that came true once upon a time.
I'm having fun in Sarasota with the sun and the sand and the sea. I'm having fun, ain't I a lucky one with the sun and the sand and the sea. Hour after hour, I love it more and more. I adore that Lido shore. We're having fun in Sarasota with the sun and the sand. The sand and the sun. With the sun and the sand and the sea.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful video of what Lido Beach looked like before, the condos, and what else? parking lots. You know, there aren't very restaurants, hotels, etc.
Right.
But I just thought it was a beautiful piece, and I just wanted to let you know that the next one coming up is what, the El Vernona Hotel. That's
Yes.
your next video that you're going to be doing?
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the El Vernona.
Well, probably most people that have lived here any length of time probably remember it as the John Ringling Towers.
Okay.
And prior to that, it was the John Ringling Hotel, and prior to that, it was the El Vernona. So it was built by Owen Burns, actually, and for his wife, and that's why it was called Vernona. There's a long history to it, and that's our next video.
And how long does that take to produce a video like that, the 8 minutes?
The longest part's really the research, collecting the images and getting all your facts straight.
Yeah. Now, people want you to give you images, or not give you, but have you scan images. They can contact you?
Yes, absolutely. If they have any, I would love to get more interior shots of, let's say, the El Vernona. We're going to also be doing the Miramar Hotel and the old train station and the Hover Arcade. There's a lot of buildings that are gone that were favorites, and so we want to bring all those landmarks back, and then that will eventually segue into a DVD when people could actually purchase that.
And you're just hoping that people have these photos. You know,
Well, the History Center has a lot, but
the personal
photos are really great.
Yeah.
If people will let us just borrow them to scan them and then give them right back. And
So any juicy gossip that you've uncovered in all this history? I know, you know, I'm such a gossip monger in terms of, I don't want to know the bad stuff.
No, not you.
But, you know, little things, you know, something that you can share before we close, because we're running down out of time. If we're going to run out of time, you're not going to have anything.
Oh,
Let's talk about the mummy.
that we were talking during the commercial about the mummy murder. That was in the 1950s. Over in the Avondale area, which is like near Lincoln Drive, and it was somebody was murdered, and they sat the person up in the chair and mummified him, and of course nobody to this day has found out who did it. And of course, as kids, we'd go by. That was like a Halloween treat. Like, the mummy's going to get you. The mummy murderer's going to
Run up and touch the door.
Right, run up and touch the door.
Well, see, those aren't the fun things. I hate to say unsolved murder, but that's, you know, that's our history. And I think people really should know when they move to Sarasota that FloridaHistoryAlive.com is doing exactly that. You're bringing Florida history alive, and it's Sarasota history primarily, correct?
Yes.
Primarily. It will eventually move.
We have goals to, like I say, branch out county by county.
Lofty goals.
Yeah, lofty goals. Got to get Sarasota done first.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, I thank you, Larry Lee, for being on the show and talking about Florida History Alive. Ladies and gentlemen, I really encourage you, go on. It's a great site. It is very easy to get on. For those of you who may want to sponsor, please contact them via the website. And also, and again, nonprofits. It's a great way to get involved with the history. And you're doing artwork, you're doing everything. It's just amazing how this can just explode and get the community involved, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for next week. I'm going to have Elaine Post from Insight Vacations, and we're going to be talking about all the destinations that they go to, USA, Europe, Middle East. Oh, it just goes on and on. So we'll talk to you next week. Good night.